Okay, guys, today we'll be talking on something very, very, very important. Something that nobody should neglect when it comes to solar. And we'll be talking about technical analysis. Yes, technical analysis. This is the aspect of solar that if you neglect, you will have to regret. I'm telling you, yes. A lot of people run away from this aspect of solar, but this is the most important aspect of solar that will ensure that your project is successful and well running. So let's go in. Now, technical analysis is nothing, it's just something everybody needs to just understand. Is basic evaluations, considerations, and calculations you must do before installing a solar project. Now, these things must happen before solar projects and procurement and equipment design, system design is done. This is the first thing you must do. You must consider them properly before making any other step. Okay, every solar installer, every solar engineer must have this at the back of their mind. You don't go ahead buying things, you don't go ahead and deploying equipment or designing a system without considering. Sure, this is the bedrock for your design. Whatever design you will be making for any project, it is as a result of your technical analysis. So what feedback you got from your technical analysis is what you use to determine your project design. So let's look at it. So technical analysis have few tools that you must have as a template or as a watch list for understanding your technical analysis and for creating a project design for a solar system. So look at the first of them here is site inspection. Yes, I know that every time we do solar system, it is usually done in a site. It is not done in vacuum. It's not done in abstract. It's not done abstractly. It is done in a real-time physical location. So you must go to that real-time physical location and observe things there. You must look around to see the the equipments that are used in the place, and that will also give you ground to know what equipment to deploy. You must also go around to see where to store those equipment, the convenient place where there won't be moist, there won't be exposure to heat, there won't be exposure. You also use this site inspection to determine your cable route, how your cables will go, how your panels will be placed. You will also understand the sun orientation, the location of the building or the facility, how your panels will be placed, and other appropriations you need to put in consideration by having a physical visit to the site. So you must do this with um, carefulness and pay attention to every detail. Now, the second thing you must also do is very, very, very important. After the first have been done, you must begin to understand energy audit and load analysis. Now, you need to go and look at every equipment that are in that facility one by one, especially the ones that will be powered by solar, to know how much power they have, how much hour they will be running, and how this equipment will be used. What hour will it be used during the day or during the night? What time, and how will this equipment be running? So this energy audit will determine this um, load, how this load will be, the load of the facility will be consumed. And after looking at them critically, every equipment has a data sheet beside it or in the manual. You can look at them and see the wattage, know how many hours they run. You interact with your clients and know how many hours these things will be working and how they will be working. So in this calculation, that's where you now determine the equipment to be used. So when you begin, you have done all this, so this will lead you to battery sizing. Okay, I have understood that the total energy consumption, daily energy consumption of this house is 10 kilowatts, or is 15 kilowatts, or is 5 kilowatts. So I will be deploying so amount of energy, and I'll also be designing the battery considering the day of autonomy. So if they are consuming 10 kilowatts, I'm not going to give exact 10 kilowatts. I may give a space of 15 kilowatts in case of the days of autonomy. In this battery sizing calculation, we'll call the days of autonomy the day where there is little or no sunlight, or where there is no sufficient energy to power the battery, or when there is a system, when there is energy failure to power the battery, to charge the batteries. You can bank on those little day of autonomy to hold up the batteries. So also we'll also talk about the inverter sizing. Okay, we have the total wattage of these um, devices and appliances in this house, and because of what amount of energy they consume, we sum them up to say, okay, the total energy consumed in this house divided by the power factor. The power factor is the ratio of efficiency of those of the inverter. So we'll now determine the size of the inverter. So we have to do this. So okay, we use 10 kilowatt hour to we calculated 10 kilowatt hour of energy consumption, 10 kilowatts of energy consumption. When we multiply with the power factor, and we say, okay, because of that, we want to give some tolerance, we'll be deploying about 12 kilowatts inverter system or 12 kVA system, as the case may be. So you also have to calculate the charge controller. We need to know the system of arraying our panel, how many panels will be deployed, how much energy do we want to generate, how much battery bank do we have, and what pattern of array and stringing we want to do. So this will now help us know how many amperage of charge controller will be needed if the system is not, we are not deploying a hybrid system. We want to deploy an independent charging system by using a charge controller. So you have to know what kind of charge controller you'll be using, an MPPT or PWM, what kind of energy current will be charging these batteries based on the battery capacity. So we also want to do more on that. And we also want to determine the cable sizing, understanding the stringing of the panel. Are we stringing them in series or in parallel? Are we running 5 in series, 6 in series, 2 in series, 3 in series? And what amount of current will be flowing in each of the cables per time? So it will determine whether it's going to be a 6 mm, a 10 mm, a 16 mm, as the amount of stringing and arraying and the quantity of the panels are. So these are the important factors you must consider. If you fail to do this technical analysis in solar system, I'm telling you, I'm sure you've seen many houses burning. I'm sure you've seen a lot of failed projects. This is the reason why they fail, because the professionals or the installers or the people involved don't take time to pay attention to figures, and figures don't lie. They fail to pay attention to calculations. Calculations don't lie. Mathematics don't lie. You always arrive to an answer. So if you don't set down these calculations appropriately and meticulously get a correct answer that will give you solution to your solar system, you just deploy anything at random, you may have system failure or malfunction. Thank you. How many minutes?